The bill that we perfected yesterday actually will not reduce the number of abortions in the state of Missouri. This bill affects only women and families with desired pregnancies that have undesirable outcomes. These are abortions that take place after 20 weeks, and as we talked about in this chamber, in 2009, there were only 63 of these abortions. I talked with the Department of Health. Every single one of those abortions was on a non-viable fetus. Every single one of those. What we are dealing with here are families who planned the pregnancy, who are excited about the baby, who have gone in for their 20-week checkup, they're picking out names, they're decorating their nursery, and they find out the unthinkable. Their baby has a fatal anomaly. And then they have to make the decision, am I going to carry this baby full term, knowing that my baby will be born dead, or knowing that I have to watch my baby die? Or am I going to, with the privacy of my family and the privacy of my doctor's office, make the decision to terminate the pregnancy? If this bill had been enacted in 2009 and in place that year, there still would have been 63 abortions. Yet we spent time this week moving this bill forward that does absolutely nothing except for interfere with the practice of medicine and interfere with families when they have to make the toughest decision that they ever have to make. So what I want to say to my colleagues here today is, when you go back today and you write your capital reports, and you tell everybody how you've protected the sanctity of life, I want you to remember something that we didn't do this week. And that was protect the 10,000 families in the state of Missouri who are going to lose their unemployment benefits because of our failure to act as a body. You know, this has been the toughest week of my life in the Missouri Senate because I cannot believe we have failed those families. And I've heard several senators say that the 4 senators who have stopped this are the ones who own this, and that it's not our fault. But the reality is, we own this. We did it, all 34 of us. So I want you to go home this weekend and talk to those families who will no longer be able to feed themselves because we're cutting off their benefits. And then I want you to come back next week, and I want you to be prepared to start talking about issues that are really tough to talk about, but are issues that we have to get done. Let's stop talking about meaningless, divisive issues. Let's start talking about issues that affect Missourians today, the most vulnerable members of the society. Mr. President, I hope everybody in this body takes this home this weekend and thinks about the 13,000 families that we are harming this weekend. Thank you, Mr. President.